Hey guys, how's it going? This is Vertigo, and I am here with Bloodborne. Um, Today is Monday. I wanted to start this up on Friday, but I had the worst luck over the weekend. Every time I sat down to try and play this, something came up, something happened, someone needed me, I needed to go somewhere, I needed to do something. It drove me freaking insane because I really just wanted to sit down, load up Bloodborne, and start recording. Um, Bloodborne is, if you forced me to sit down and make a top 10 list of games, Bloodborne would probably be in the top 5. Possibly top 3 if I gave it a lot of thought. Maybe number 1. It is a great game from Software, who also made the Dark Souls and Demon Souls series. Bloodborne is just an A+ game in every way in my mind, and I'm really excited to start recording it for you guys. I have a character. Um, oh, I didn't mean to really hit continue, but I'll talk a little bit. I really just need to get refreshed with the controls. It's been a while since I loaded it up, but I used to play it all the time. I finished story. I had a pretty good run of it. Um, it it's a great game in every way. Where am I? I am at. I can't remember what this place is called. I'm in the Nightmare Frontier. Is it? No, it's not the Frontier. It's some kind of nightmare. Um, but I'm gonna reawaken, go back to the Hunter's Dream, even though I could have stepped into that lamp right there. I'm a little rusty, as one might imagine. Nightmare of Mensis. Oh, awkward. Anyway, aside from that misstep, I'm really not that bad at this game. Um, and I'm pretty excited to get to play around with it for you guys. My intention is just to do a one-off, one through the story. Um, hey, what's up, doll? This is my character. This is Vertigo. Um, when I made this character, the duplicating of items that give you blood echoes was a thing, and I wanted to play around with it, so I did it. So I have this insanely strong character. Pardon me while I get like reacclimated with the controls. Um, I'm using the Chikage. I think that's what it's called. I can't remember if that's what it's called in sorry, Dark Souls though. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the Chikage. I have the Blunderbuss, I think. Yeah, the Hunter's Blunderbuss. No, I'm using the Evelyn. Um, that's right. Yeah, I'm just gonna get familiar with the controls again before I start up a new game. But yeah, it is an awesome game from Software. Um, when it came out in 2015, it was pretty much the reason I got a PS4. And it was kind of hard for me to make that justification, but after watching, Epic Name Bro and Northern Lion, guys like that do a playthrough of the game, I pretty much decided I really want this game. I also have the Blades of Mercy here. Um, but yeah, I watched it and I immediately was infatuated with it. It's such a great game. Um, it's such a compelling story, if a little confusing. Um, is it open? I can't remember. I think that's where I left off. No, alright. No, of course, because the building is not, burning down. Um, it's from the moment I saw it, I was so infatuated with it. The style, the gameplay, the look, the story, everything. I just immediately was in love with this game. And it basically was like one of those, I have to have it. So I got it, I played it, and I love it. And it's easily one of my favorite games of all time, even though I'm not particularly good at it. Which is why when I do my playthrough of it, I'm kind of bracing for like a oh, you suck, man, you're the worst. Um, but I'm really not that bad, I guess. I'm not like, I'm not a completionist, if that makes sense. I like to play the game like my way, um, but at the same time, I don't have like all the secrets in my head. Um, However, I am planning for this run to be like not a 100% completion, but a 100% boss run. So I want to kill all the bosses, which I've never done before. I killed all the story bosses in my first playthrough, and a handful of the side bosses. Which, if you haven't played Bloodborne or if you haven't seen it played, I'm not going to spoil it for you on the chance that anyone watching this is a first-time Bloodborne viewer. Um, but so I'm going to do 100% bosses. I have only killed a handful of the side bosses. Um, and it's usually the ones that need to be killed to unlock better upgrades. You know, like using the blood gems, or the Carol runes. So this is going to be kind of an adventure for me, as well as I hope for you guys it'll be something amusing, at least fun to watch, kind of. Um, Bam. As far as what kind of run it's gonna be, I'm probably gonna start it out like just doing it however I want. I'm gonna try and be a little adventurous, more so than I ever was. Um,
Hello, good
so
hunter.
hopefully I
I am
have
your
some good
honor, and
reactions
I
for
would
you.
you to
Is this my first?
farewell, good hunter.
That's weird. She gave me like the normal introduction that she's a doll. I have no idea what's going on with this run right now. But that doesn't matter because I am about to scrap it. Since it's been a while since I played. Um, there's been some updates to the game, so there's kind of like the whole you have to update to use network features deal going on. I'm not really interested in doing that right now. I really just wanted to get this loaded up so I could start playing and
Oh, yeah.
recording. So here's the opening cinematic.
Well, you've come to the right place. Yharnam is the home of blood ministration. You need only unravel its mystery. But where's an outsider like yourself to begin?
The identity of this guy
Easy,
isn't really clear to
with a
me.
bit of Yharnam blood of your own.
Like at first I almost thought it was Gehrman,
First,
but
you'll need a contract.
he's not. I don't think, unless he's Gehrman in the waking world, which is possible, I guess, but not really, I suppose. So here we go. I'm not gonna get crazy with my character creation. I'm just gonna do my own thing. So my character name is gonna be Vertex because I already have Vertigo. He is going to be mature. Nah, he's gonna be young. Origin. I don't really know. I kind of want to do Waste of Skin, but at the same time, that's kind of like that's hard even for me. Um, I let's see. What do I want? I don't even remember what kind of weapons I preferred and what like fit better with them. Um, I think I'm gonna pick something with high vitality and high endurance. Because those are important. So I think I'm gonna do lone survivor. And then appearance. I don't really want to mess with anything. Oh, sorry there, homie. I'm gonna stick with the young voice. Build. I'm probably gonna do Slim. This isn't. I never like the head that they give you. Um, it just always seems so like awkwardly tall to me. So we're gonna do. Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's go with that. Um, Similar face. Oh, that's cool. I never really ventured much into the real customization of the character, and I don't think I'm gonna really start now. The only thing I usually like to change is hair. That hair color. Is gonna be whitish with a little blue. Because my color is kind of silver-y. That's like the color I like to make all my characters' hairs. And like the predominant color in all of my creations. And then pupils are gonna be big and purple. Because purple's my other big color. And I think facial hair? Do I want a beard? Maybe some stubble. Just to kind of fill up that face. Let's see, what do we got here? There we go. Alright. So look at our sexy ass hunter. I think I am good. Did I ever? No, I never did anything like that. Yeah, so I think that's good as far as I'm concerned. So we're gonna finalize our contract. Yeah. So I'm not gonna do a 100% completion run. As far as I'm concerned, Bloodborne's been out long enough that I don't really see a lot of interest, or that a lot of people would be interested in me doing a full run. You know, Epic Name Bro ENB did an awesome 100% completion Bloodborne run, doing the whole thing. If you want to see Bloodborne like broken apart and analyzed into its smallest pieces, I recommend that. Marcus does an amazing job. And he's a guy who has knowledge of the game and the company, and he does a better job than I ever could. Vasi Vidya, Silvermon, Terramantis. If you're looking for Bloodborne lore and information, those are the guys you want to see. This, I just want to play. I want to have some fun, and I want you guys to have fun with me. So this guy dopes you up on some trippy crap, and then all of a sudden you wake up, you're a little drowsy, looking up at your IV, just trying to get your bearings. You look down, you're trying to figure out where the heck you are, and you see a hellish nightmare beast rising out of a pool of blood in the side of the room. It just, nothing wrong here. It's just slowly clawing its way towards you. Everything's perfectly fine, and then it bursts into flames, like every other fever dream goes. So yeah, then there's all that fire, and then everything's all right, except then you look down and these hideous little cretin things are climbing on you. So there's one, and but he's not alone. He brought a friend. So there's him. And by now you're probably thinking this is the worst nightmare you'll ever have. And they're clawing on you, and you're like, I need to wake up. I need to wake up. I need to wake up. And you're panicking and you're blacking out.
You found yourself a hunter.
And then you hear this nice Scandinavian girl talking, and you wake up, and everything's fine. And you're like, what the hell did I do last night, guys? Alright, so I just restarted the recording. Hopefully that transitions well, because I want to make sure we get to get enough footage in. So find this handwritten scrawl, seek pale blood to transcend the hunt. At this point in the game, you pretty much have no clue what's going on. You just woke up on that hospital bed, you have your outsider or foreigner something garb, and you're just walking around this creepy ass mansion. You had that crazy nightmare. You don't know what the heck's going on. You're walking around, there's these little notes on the ground with those nightmare beings that you saw in your dreams. Man, you must be having some some crazy ass hallucinations because they're just handing you notes that tell you how to play some crazy game in your life. So you're moving on. Everything's gotta be okay. You're just a little fevered up, and then you look at the end of the room, and there's that hellish nightmare beast feasting upon the corpse of a poor victim. So naturally, what do you do except engage it in combat? Oh, so you fight it, but as you might expect from a werewolf, you're gonna stick your hand in his butt and throw it against the wall. So the intention of this part of the game is for you to get your butt handed to you by the werewolf, and that'll introduce you into the hub mechanic of this game, which if you're familiar with, Dark Souls, Dark Souls 2, Demon Souls, you'll know that FromSoft games have some kind of hub world, where it's kind of the center point. That's where you'll go to like meet new NPCs and figure out what the heck's going on. So you're supposed to get your butt handed to you by that wolf, and it'll take you there. I chose not to go that route because I've already been here. And I wish I could have a blind playthrough for you guys, but unfortunately, I've already played through Bloodborne a lot. That said, I'm not particularly good, and my intention is to that might be taking me there. Yep, alright. So that didn't go well. It's whatever. I was careless. I wasn't really trying to like do a no-hit, no-death run. So yeah, we're gonna die, and once this loading screen is over, we are going to awaken. And here we are. And basically, this game is kind of all about dreams and awakening, and being able to differentiate between what's real and what's not. But in the world of Bloodborne, whether you're awake or asleep, everything is real. And here we are in the hunter's dream. And unlike a dream, whatever happens here, you carry with you to the outside world. So you'll find aid here. This abandoned doll will be the primary source of that. So here's kind of like the real startup. So these are the trick weapons used by the hunters. They all have a more or less the same description in terms of what they are. This is one of the trick weapons of the workshop commonly used in the hunting business. The saw cleaver is pretty much widely regarded as like the best weapon to start with. And I agree. I had a lot of success using the saw cleaver. That said, I am trying to be a little adventurous here. So, I tried a run with a threaded cane at one point, and it was not successful. The cane just doesn't have the power I need. And I gave some thought to maybe I'll find a different weapon, but use the threaded cane as my starter, so I can kind of get it powered up. And I thought about that, but at the same time, I've never used the hunter's axe. Aside from like, oh, I have all these blood echoes, I'll buy the hunter's axe and play around with it. So I'm going to use the hunter's axe to start with. The hunter's axe is another one of the trick weapons of the workshop, commonly used on the hunt. Retains the qualities of an axe, but offers a wider palette of attacks by transforming, boasts a heavy blunt attack, leading to high rally potential, and I'll talk about rally potential later on. No matter their pasts, beasts are no more than beasts. Some choose this axe to play the part of executioner. So I guess you could say this run, I'm going to be the executioner. As far as guns go, I've used the blunderbuss, I've used the pistol. I don't like the blunderbuss. So I'm going to go with the pistol. It's kind of my standard choice, but at the same time, the gun isn't really like the be-all end-all of your game. So I'm going to go with the pistol. I'm going to accept this notebook from the messengers, and then I'm going to get myself suited up. So I have the hunter's axe in my right hand and the hunter's pistol in my left. And if you look at the top left, you can see there's my health and my stamina bar that's red and green respectively. And then I have a red vial, which represents blood vials, which, if you're familiar with Dark Souls, is basically the equivalent of Estus, and also a silver icon there, which represents my silver bullets. Um, the blood vials will restore my health when I need them, and the silver bullets are used by the gun, and it kind of acts as your parry from Dark Souls. You know, you would use a parry and a riposte in Dark Souls. The Bloodborne universe uses a counter shot and a visceral attack. And the viscerals, I think, are the same regardless of the weapon you use, but they are extremely powerful weapons. Not attacks, not weapons. So I'm just gonna, I need to play around with the hunter's axe a little bit. That's pretty cool. I've seen it used before. Wow, that is a wide range. So I can already see this is going to be good for taking down multiple enemies. Like I've seen the hunter's axe used before, and I know it's like, if you were to tier the starting weapons, it's saw cleaver, hunter's axe, whip, closed. Open door. Okay. Thought that's where I had to go. Am I missing something here? Hello? Hello, good sir? He's asleep. Okay, so am I not supposed to talk to anyone yet? That appears to be the case. Alright then. So I'm gonna get back to it. I guess I don't talk to anyone yet. Interesting. So this is gonna take me back to a lantern. Right now I only have one lantern lit. That's where I woke up in the hospital. So it's gonna take me back a little bit, but we'll catch up quick. There's not gonna be a lot of issue with that. And now we have an axe and a sweet ass gun. So that wolf better watch out. So the story of Bloodborne it's pretty ambiguous, and in true FromSoft fashion, it kind of makes you come up with the story yourself. All right, so he's still dead, so I don't have to worry about him. I don't know why I keep thinking there's a second beast here. It's pretty ambiguous, but basically what it tells you. I keep thinking that stomping is something big behind me. Basically, it tells you you're a foreigner and you've come to this city, the city of Yharnam, in search of something called Pale Blood. And I don't think the game ever really elaborates what Pale Blood is. It's implied to be several different things, but I'm not gonna talk about that too much right now. So I took care of those guys pretty easily. The first enemies aren't really anything. It's a pretty slow start in Bloodborne, aside from that beast at the start. But basically Bloodborne's all about fighting these hellish beasts, and you can hear one of these hellish beasts off in the distance there. The story is left mostly up to what you can figure out, and what, from reading item descriptions and talking to NPCs like this guy.
You must be a hunter, and not one from around here either.
Strange that he can tell that.
Gilbert, a fellow outsider. You must have had a fine time of it. Yharnam has a
Oh man, you have no idea what I've been through since I got here.
Well, I don't think I could stand if I wanted to, but I'm willing to help if there's anything that can be done.
So Gilbert's literally like the one bro you meet in this world.
Whatever your reasons
Aside from those in the dream, this guy is like your
Whatever can be
bestie.
gained from this place, it will do more harm than good.
So you can come back to him at various points in the game to kind of get new dialogue from him, and he'll help you out a lot. Not a lot, but you know he's there for moral support basically. Um, oh my God, what the heck? Of course I know what's happening, and he's not an issue, but yeah, Bloodborne is all about facing these nightmarish beasts, um, and kind of like confronting your fears. Oh, well, that was worth a shot. Whoa. Yes, there's fire there. Awesome. John's finished. You'll also find that people here are not very happy to see you.
Don't want anything to do with you.
Doesn't want anything to do with me. Trot along, will ya? Listen, man. When your legs are being chewed on by a 300-pound, 10-foot tall werewolf, you're gonna want the guy with the big axe on your side. But it's all about these horrible beasts and the people whose job it is to pursue them, basically. You know, the city's pretty much gone to hell. You can see this beast has been crucified. This is pretty much par for the course. In Bloodborne, you'll find these sites everywhere. Fire, corpses. I made this one, but you know he doesn't look too good. Like, doesn't he look like that guy? You'll find this all over Yharnam, the city of Yharnam. There's fire, there's corpses, there's half-transformed hunter monsters who pretty much just want to see you bleed. Whose job it is for you to make it bleed. Alright, so that was pretty cool. I just kind of wrecked that whole group in one shot. So that was pretty handy. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to flip this shortcut, pull this lever. There's a guy down there, you can see him lumbering around. I don't really want a piece of him right now. Not until I kind of get myself up to speed on the counter shot mechanic again. So for now, we're just going to climb up here nice and quick. Come on, step 1, 2, step 1, 2. We're gonna rest at this lamp. I'm gonna return to the dream, and I think we're gonna call that an episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed this first run through. It's a long way to go. Bloodborne is a long game, especially for someone like me who's not like familiar with the ins and outs. When I first played Bloodborne, there was a lot of things that still needed to be patched. So I took advantage of a lot of the shortcuts that they still had, a lot of the glitches. So you know, this is gonna be my first like legitimate run through. So I'm pretty excited to continue and to triumph and fail with you guys in this adventure. So we're gonna call that an episode. Next time we're gonna confront this man in a wheelchair on what my purpose is here, and we're gonna take this axe and shove it up some beast butt. So I see you guys next time. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a comment, drop a like, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of this, what you guys want to see me do. If you have any build suggestions, I would love to see what direction you guys want to see this take. I'm looking forward to seeing feedback from you guys, and I hope you will join me on this adventure. Have an awesome day.